In bygone years, Montana was home to a booming timber industry. The ghosts of those mills still linger in the old granaries, barns, and buildings. For more than 40 years, a Missoula business has made it their mission to give this lumber a new life. In this week's installment of Montana Made, we take a look at Superior Hardwoods of Montana.
Superior Hardwoods of Montana takes lumber seriously, specifically reclaimed lumber. Business owner John Madlinger says he's always looking for the next wooden motherlode.
We probably have, between probably 200,000 and 300,000 board feet of lumber on hand.
That lumber, no matter where it came from, is often turned into flooring. But not just any wood will do. Madlinger says his customers are very discerning. Lumber from old granaries is typically in high demand.
The rough cut material that has a rough surface, and typically circular sawed is the texture we prefer if we can. So a lot of these granaries were built from the turn of the century till the early 1930s, early 1940s.
But every so often, outside the granaries, Madlinger will hit the jackpot.
The old Rosenall Apple Warehouse in Lolo was built in the early 1900s, and it was all made out of ponderosa pine that was probably just cut right there by the river. It was incredible material. We had boards in the ceiling that were up to 28 inches wide.
But the wood can't be sold as soon as it's brought in. Madlinger's crew at Superior Hardwoods makes sure each piece of timber is prime.
We bring it in, we have to sticker it, get it air dried, de-nail it. That process can take about 60 days, and then manufacturing would take another 30 days.
Madlinger has customers from all over the country looking for rustic hardwood floors. You've probably heard of some.
We cut a bunch of beams up for David Letterman for his house in, I think on the Ruby, somewhere in the Ruby Valley. And they were beams he had up at his Shoto ranch for years and years, and he decided finally that I want to cut it up and turn it into flooring, and we did that for him.
But it hasn't always been smooth sailing. Just over 20 years ago, tragedy struck.
In 1995, we had kids playing with fireworks that we lost completely everything and had to start over.
Madlinger says starting over was never a question, and that even after 40 years, he still loves coming into work. In Missoula, Eric Clements, MTN News.
Thank you, Eric. And Madlinger says he hopes to get a hold of some of the timber reclaimed from the Missoula Mercantile.